We're gonna talk about Relooted first because I just want to start off with a little bit of comedy. Why not? I actually have not seen it. I heard
Me
about it, but
neither.
I have not seen it.
Same.
I was saving it for the stream. So that's exactly what we're gonna do, boys. We got a new Relooted trailer. If you guys need a little bit of a backstory to this, maybe you don't know about it for whatever reason. Relooted is a video game that is about a African what would you call them? Like a Tomb Raider team? Like not a Tomb Raider, but like they go and they like steal artifacts that were stolen from them.
Yeah, like
basically.
it's almost like
The word is
Cyberpunk's
criminals.
Indiana Jones. Like if they had all this like souped up super tech and they were going in and like Robin Hooding some shit. Except for that, they're being very bad at it.
Right,
Except
but,
that they're
but,
just
but,
criminals.
but the word, yeah, criminal's fine. But the thing is, like, they don't call themselves criminals, right? Like, what's the word that criminals
To be
use
fair,
when
most
they-
criminals
when they
don't identify themselves as criminals.
Well, that's what I'm
Treasure
saying.
hunters.
What is it called? Yeah, okay. Treasure hunters? Okay, maybe a little
Robin
bit.
Hood.
What did the Ocean's
Robin
11
Hood.
team call themselves?
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's
Ocean's 11,
yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
Right,
Ocean
right. But what
11.
would be like the adjective for them?
OSHA?
This would
I
be
don't know.
similar.
have
This
no
would be
idea.
similar.
That would imply that they're good, though. That would imply that they're good. You know, cool.
Well, we're just gonna rock with it. Regardless, we all know what's actually going on. So yeah, so there are a bunch of people that steal artifacts that were stolen from them. That's the story, right? So they feel like these artifacts were stolen by the museums that have them, or the private owners that have them, or whatever the case may be. And they are, instead of
No,
trying
shit
to
the
get
bed.
them back legally, they are just stealing them back because that's the answer. That's always the answer, right? So the first trailer came out. And by the way, I was starting to think this game was dead because I haven't heard a single thing about this game in a long time.
Yep.
The last time we reacted to this was probably like fucking 5 months ago or something like that. 6 months ago, maybe. But now we're here. Apparently, just randomly, I saw on Twitter that they have a brand new trailer. They're like, I think IGN posted about it. They said, take a second look at Relooted. I'm like, do I have to? But anyway, so we'll see. Let's not interrupt the trailer, let it play out, and then we're just going to
By the
give
way,
our thoughts.
you could technically
Yes.
say that if we were talking about a group of people who like rob things and scam and con people, other than con men, the only term that comes to mind is grifter.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking.
I actually like this though. Ghetto archaeologist. That sounds badass.
That's
I'm gonna
badass.
go
Oh my
with that.
god, no.
I'm gonna go with that. So we got a team of ghetto archaeologists. Okay. I didn't coin that, by the way, people out there. My chat did, but anyway, they could be like, "You read it though." All right, here we go.
Talk to me, Cryptic.
It's in the air.
Good. Let's do this. What's the target?
Behold, the Bangwa Queen from Cameroon.
We must return her home.
Anything else while we're there?
Ooh, that Asante gold mask would be great to have.
Okay, how do we get in?
You can go through the front door, sis. But you'll need to be quick.
Through the garage. Wednesday is garbage collection, so security is lax.
Locked. New shutters. I can handle the locks.
Look at that combo!
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll take that.
Stairwells are closed off the hours. We'll need him dead.
I'm on it.
I'm in.
Have you got a surefire way out? Once the alarm is tripped, we won't have time to think.
So think ahead. Got it.
That door will close when the alarm is triggered.
Your exit route is through the construction site.
However you get here, we'll be waiting for you.
I'm ready. Let's bring it home.
Go, big sis!
It's time to get out of there.
I've almost got it.
Luckily, Africa has you on their side.
Nearly there, Nomali.
Bad guys are coming. Go time.
Run!
10 seconds left. That thing's fast.
Move, Normani.
Let's go!
Thoughts?
What
Yeah,
about
stop
I
it,
don't-
bro.
Finding
There is
roasting it.
nothing to talk about here. This shit is just ass.
I was about to say, like, I can't even roast it. It was just boring. Like, there was nothing particularly like so bad it's good sort of fun. It was just like, okay, this exists.
The problem with this thing is it was interesting for like a week when it was like, oh, it's like a racist game where the black people steal things because they think they own them when they don't. So it's just it's divisive because of that, and then that all went away, and now no one cares.
Come on, there's got to be one positive thing we could say.
One.
None of the characters hate each other.
Split fiction.
The trailer streamed successfully.
The game
So
works.
no. If we're being actually honest, like the voice acting's not bad. The voice acting is not bad.
What? You think the voice acting's good?
Guys, it's so
They
cringe.
are
It's like
reading
it's
the words
so
on the page.
It
it's
sounds
so
like
obvious.
sheep when he's doing his
Wait,
fake African accent.
No. That's not what I mean when I say voice acting. Well, I guess I said the direction, not the acting,
The
but like the voice
writing is
direction.
shite.
The direction isn't bad. Like whoever was doing the directing behind the camera for how to do your lines and whatnot, like it is exactly what you would think it to be. They're all in sync with one another. The conversation, even if the accents are bad, the conversation feels natural. Things like that.
Are they actually getting real artifacts? I think they are, right? Like real known artifacts. Because that's a plus.
The voice
right?
acting,
If
the
they're
writing
using
is
real
like.
artifacts.
Did you guys see that thing where they made like a Mario game, but it was in Unreal Engine and it was designed so that it would behave as if someone had tried to make a new reimagined Mario game, and then they had voice acting in it, and it was like, what's going on, Mario?
shit.
That you, Peach? Oh, looks like Bowser's Castle's going. Yeah, Bowser's got the power stars, which can only mean one thing: trouble. And that's the kind of fucking writing that was in that trailer. It's so gamified. Such obvious video game overwriting, you know.
I don't play demos, so I don't know. You got me confused with someone else. Sorry.
Yeah.
What I will say that I saw interesting was the text, right? So the text kind of
Yeah, it's
where'd
a
it
rescue
go?
mission.
Yeah, that one, of course, right? So it's all about framing, right? It's all about trying to make the obvious thing what's happening, right? Like they're fucking stealing. That's what it is, right? At the bare minimum.
They're burglars.
But they're obviously trying to frame it into, well, it's not stealing. It's a rescue mission. Oh, there you go. It's not just a heist. It's a rescue mission. It's like, bro, really? Come on, man. What are we
They
doing?
watched Black Panther 2018 and said yes.
It's a rescue mission. No, but I listen. I get what you guys are coming from because I have no interest in. I can't even roast this game. I literally this game looks like what you would download on your phone. It looks like one of those what do you call those? Those running games.
Oh yeah,
like,
it does.
What is it called? Subway Surfer, but from the side.
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that a big problem with a lot of games, when they want to be like sort of futuristic, like their biggest mistake is doing this minimalistic look. Because it literally has nothing to say. Minimalism in I think minimalism in real life can be cool. Don't get me wrong. Like I like simplistic shit, but in video games, it's just blank space. It's boring as fuck. Like this game's like areas and because the characters are so small and you're like zoomed all the way out, like I'm gonna naturally look at all these areas, and none of it has anything interesting, unique, or fun to say at all.
You know what game, now that you say that, you know what game, in my opinion, pulled off like spectacularly minimalism, but actually made it interesting in their art style? I think Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge, I think, is probably the best example of that, where the worlds, I mean, it was just a lot of white purposely for a reason, and like a red, obviously. Because I think in that game, red was the yellow paint. I don't remember exactly.
Isn't that the game that gave us the yellow paint or the white paint?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like the game?
No, it was red. I thought it was red.
Yeah,
but I could be wrong. The idea was there.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mirror's Edge is the game that did like super minimalistic colors and graphics perfectly, in my opinion. Aside from the main character, because obviously she was, you could see her in her arms and everything in full color. But that's a great example of it. Everything else though, this shit, I don't know what this is, to be honest with you. So, but what do you think about the characters? I guess we'll end there. What about the characters?
Hate them, all of them. Hate them so much. They're all boring and awful, and the accents are terrible. They are basically Timu Wakandans, as Old Man Cat has just said as well. I was going to say it anyway, but great minds think alike. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even have like the will to hate. I just don't care. Like, there's no hate, no love. It's like, wow, I just don't want to play as this and just move on. Like,
what's the word for that? Apathetic or something?
Yeah.
It's more apathy.
Total apathy.
I look at this and I have to imagine, like, why would you put your money into this? And I'm looking up the team here and I'm trying to see if there's like a smoking gun. Like, who funded this? Where was this produced? Like, where did this come from? Were they given money? Did they have a successful game before that, gave them the lump sum to then invest into this? And do they really think this is going to sell well worldwide? And if you're in gaming, you're trying to get like one of three markets. Let's be honest. You're trying to get the United States, Japan, or China. Those are the ones that spend the most money on gaming. Other countries spend money on gaming, absolutely, but those are the biggest ones to hit. You get the United States, that's incredible. But I look at this team. It's a small team out of South Africa. So for them, I'm like, all right, well, that's awesome. You made a game. Making anything is incredible. This is.
I think it's retarded.
Unless they're being subsidized by someone else. And now that's like I said, I'm looking for the smoking gun here. Like,
whereas Riot Games is involved in it.
This. Well, no, it could be Microsoft or it could be Epic Games that they're subsidizing this, but I don't know how this team pulls this off. And at the end, they all walk away keeping their jobs. You know what I mean?
Apparently, it came from
where I'm coming from.
Apparently, they had a Kickstarter originally, but there was also support from groups like the National Endowment for the Arts, or the NEA. You might want to look into them.
Well,
but it's so stupid because I feel like if you actually had a conversation with these characters, like, so what do you do? Oh, I rob things from museums and like return them to where they're supposed to be. And it's like, oh, okay. So
how do you determine where they're supposed to be?
Right, exactly. And it's like, okay, so like which kind of artifacts? Oh, ones that are all related to like Black or African history. Oh, okay. And why do you think you should be doing that? Well, because they're not theirs, they're ours. They belong to us. And it's like, oh, okay. So why do you think they belong to you? And eventually you get down to them going, well, because I'm Black. And then I go, well, then by that reckoning, I can steal your house.
Listen, man. All I'm saying is go.
Is this game coming to PlayStation? Because I only seen like Steam, Epic Game Store, and Xbox.
I'll tell you right now.
It's retarded.
It's a good
the
fucking
whole
question.
Concept is stupid.
No, it's not
typical.
Wow, that's crazy because the most retarded people that would buy some bullshit like this are on PlayStation easily.
Just ask Team Kill Media. That's why they released them.
Capping for Code Violet. There's a lot of Black progressive fucking loony bins that happen to be ponies. So there's that too. Like you're missing out on basically a huge portion of your audience by keeping this fucking game off the piss station.
Yeah, I'm shocked by that just as much as you are. I could have sworn that this game was initially meant to come out on PlayStation 2 with their first trailer, but maybe not. I don't know. It's weird. I'm looking at. So this new one is called their release date trailer. So February 10th, 2026 is when the games come out. And no, it just says Epic Game Store, Xbox Play Anywhere, and Steam. That's it. So
I really believe that a team this small at an indie size creating a game like this, that for what it's worth, like the graphics remind me of something like Split Fiction, just on the cartooniness of it. We've seen these kinds of cartoony graphics before. Split Fiction obviously did it better, but I don't buy it that this was done without some kind of foreign intervention. Like somebody funded this, so that's what I'm interested in discovering. And if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be wrong. Hey, good job, you made it. You made a game. Like that's awesome. It's just not going to sell.
There's a lot of those weird fundings going into South Africa right now. I remember them saying something along those lines when the indie games showcase or whatever was covering best South African video game. And almost every single one of them had some level of like governmental funding or whatever. So, and I think people need to realize that there are some games that are just flat out not meant to be like sellers. I know that's a crazy concept. I know like people are, why are you making the game if you're not trying to sell it? Games like Dustborn, they weren't made to sell fucking copies. They were made to try to indoctrinate whoever actually did manage to play it. And whatever little bit of people that played it, then that's successful. Because the government fucking funded that game. I think it was like 1.1 million, and they gave it to the studio, and the studio was riding on that money, and they don't got to sell a fucking thing. They're fully funded. They're fine.
Guys,
so all the
I'm on the trail. So let me give you the update. So we can track back. GameSpot put out an article talking about Relooted and says that they did this in partnership with a company called Mooncat Games. Now I'm trying to see who owns Mooncat Games, but Mooncat Games or Mooncat.games is their website. Is work supporting in positivity in games marketing and publishing support. To what extent they're involved in here, I don't know yet, but just there's got to be a smoking gun here. And my thought is it goes back to Epic Games or Microsoft.
In what way?
Oh, for funding. Who put up the money?
Yeah.
Well, they have a blue sky.
Oh, that's a good sign. Sevi, what do you think about this? You're quiet, Sevi. What's going on? Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh my god, I was muted. This whole time I was muted.
Oh, no wonder.
Actually,
Sammy's just sitting there nicely thinking we're just being rude and ignoring her, but meanwhile she's fucking muted. That makes sense.
This game completely sucks. I was looking around and I did see that they have a blue sky. That's one of the first things I saw, and they do have a Twitter too, and their Instagram account just is very blank. So nothing particularly there. But this game is absolutely horrible. I hated the accents that they were doing. It was completely all over the top. It just seemed really retarded. It seemed like a complete waste of time.
The accents sound like they're coming from like different parts of Africa. It's too mishmash as opposed to something that seems like a little more tight knit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it is meant to be a mashup. I don't know if that's like legit. I don't know if it's meant to be like one person representing certain parts of Africa or whatever. But I don't think they're all from the same spot. At least I don't believe so anyway. Because they're all of like super different ages. Some young, some old. There's a fucking robot. So yeah, I don't know. That's a rough one.
So compared to Tales of Kinzera Zao, what do you think? Higher or lower concurrent player count?
Oh, lower, bro.
Lower.
Well, didn't that one also do really low numbers? It was like
this is going to do lower than that.
In all honesty, if
this is going to do dust
not that bad a game though.
If SBI wasn't attached to Kinzera Zao, I probably would have played it. I mean, I don't mind platformers. I didn't think it looked bad.
It was actually an okay game.
Yeah,
it was an okay game.
I just refuse to touch any game that's attached to that company until the company crashes and burns. Once it crashes and burns, hey, there's a couple of games in there that I don't think are that bad.
Well, when I told him when he was watching the streams when I was playing it, I told him flat out, I was like, bro, this voice acting, like some of the female characters, garbage, bro, absolutely atrocious. And he's in the chat. He was like, I was trying to give her direction. I'm like, well, the direction failed, bro, because it was bad. And not only that, you know, for a Metroidvania, like the map has to be like, I've seen some crazy maps in Metroidvanias. They're like fucking all over the place. But it has to be like somewhat usable. The map in that game was garbage, bro. Absolute garbage.
All the people
says I despise Zao. Giving it a pass is such a bad move. I didn't give it a pass. I did not give it a pass. It's an okay game. That's not giving it a pass. If I said it was an amazing game, and I was sponsored by anyway. So no, but this game is gonna do worse in my opinion. What did Zao do on Steam?
What is the association wizard between Mooncat and the game again?
So that's what I'm trying to track down. I want to understand who Mooncat Games is.
Everyone on their website has pronouns. A lot of them are theys.
Well, I don't care about that. I care about
the gaming industry norm at this point, bro. I don't look at that shit. I feel like I'll tell you this, not to cut you off. I'm sorry, but I'll tell you this: when it comes to the gaming industry, or any industry for that matter, there are so many people in corporate too. So many people working that are not believing half the shit that they put out just to keep their job. You know how many normal people that I personally know that are forced to put fucking pronouns in their email signatures and shit, and they got to pretend like they're all for it because that's just like the corporate fucking culture and shit. So when I look at that, I'm just like, yeah, that's just gaming industry bullshit. Tell me about the game. You know,
everybody.
Obviously, we can make fun of it, but you know,
everybody has either had a job to where it's like you gotta kind of play the game, or you currently, you know, have a job where you kind of gotta play the game. Like that's just the sad reality of that situation.
You said this is a South African game, right?
Yeah. I'm never gonna listen. I do wish people would fight more, and I've always said that I wish people would fight more. But at the end of the day, I also understand that not everybody's going to be the one who's going to die on the sword and fucking lose their job because they want to fight about some of the bullshit, And I get that. I'll never fault someone, especially if they got a family
put on a wizard
and stuff.
outfit and start doing it.
I just did a quick. Now, obviously, this is a ChatGPT AI answer, so take it for what it is. But I asked it what the general political leaning amongst the populace in South Africa is when using the American left-right dynamic. It basically says that they are socially left, but they are economically left, but socially conservative. So the idea of them having like the pronouns and whatnot seems to go to what you said, Hypno, which is that it would actually be against the South African culture and is probably them catering to Western ideologies, like Epic Games would want them to do this or something.
Well, that's how a lot of the world is in places that unironically get virtue signaled for the most in our country, right? Just how like they're like free Palestine, right? It's like gays for Palestine. I'm like, have you ever gone to Palestine and openly said you're like gay or something? How's that working? So,
I don't want to be thrown off the roof.
It's the same thing in Africa. Like you go out there and be like, "Hey, yeah, I'm a booty bandit. Who's down?" And it's like, oh.
Well, I mean, think about Elon Musk, for example. He's a South African dude, and before he was, cozying up with Donald Trump and whatnot, what was he doing? A lot of his companies, he was voting Democrat. A lot of his companies were very pro, like social left-leaning causes. You've got like Tesla's whole thing was environmentally friendly vehicles, stuff like that. So. Yeah, I would imagine that stands to reason that's the case.
That makes sense. I'm trying to pull up Steam DB, but for some reason it's not fucking working for me. I don't know why. Or did they change it? Can anybody pull up the Steam DB for Tales of Conzerazao?
I will try it right now.
And then, because I guarantee you this game's going to be less than that. I would probably bet money on that. Does anybody else have Steam DB that looks different to you? Or am I bugging?
Oh, mine looks the same as always.
What the fuck?
And the all-time peak was 287.
Yep.
287. All right. This okay. So Relooted should have numbers. I think when it was either the demo or they had like a free something. There should be numbers for Relooted, and it's a lot worse, I would imagine, for their demo or something.
So, Will, to follow up on what you were asking with the Mooncat games, it seems like it's a marketing company that works with indie developers, but they, just from what I'm reading, something I said before to follow up on that, I no longer think that Mooncat put up the money because now I see that they're just a marketing consultation company. But again, it's a consultation company
merged with.
And it seems like they tread the line. They tread the line. Well, so also that chat sees it too, but like. Mooncat Games is another marketing agency, which shout out to them because that's the industry that I work in, marketing. But they just help get the word out, right? That's what they do. They're working with them probably as a client, so the Relooted company is likely a client of Mooncat Games, and they're working together that way. But yeah, I don't know. There's very likely some other money in there. We don't have public information yet about it.
Yeah, no, I don't see anything either. It's kind of a dead end. But I do have the Steam charts for. Oh, you've got it up too, right?
I got it. Yeah, I had to Google Steam DB for it to work.
Yeah,
that's weird.
It's very weird.
It came up in the search bar for me when I searched for it in Steam DB.
I don't know. This what do you call it? So this is the demo, and when the demo came out 4 months ago, 22 people. That was the top.
That being said, if we're going off people like you, I mean, I don't play demos either. I would rather just experience the game as
I usually triple that number.
It's okay. That's what I was gonna say. It's like we gotta take into account the fact that people don't play demos, and so if you triple this, then we're looking at what? That's 66,
maybe 100, maybe.
Presumably,
you're probably right. It probably will be less sales.
More people would play it, wouldn't it?
Maybe, but again, not every game is going to be a game that's gonna fucking be. Actually, most of them aren't. If did you see what's his name? Did you see Artur? You know Artur on Twitter, the developer behind Soul Ash that keeps getting attacked for like not putting gay relationships in his game, and all the people are calling him like right wing Nazi and shit, and leaving him bad reviews on his game. Anyway, he puts out really good information regarding indie performance on Steam, and like 70 to like 80% of the indie games, or just games in general. Actually, I don't think he specified indie. 70+% of the games released on Steam did not even make the money back to pay for the $100 fee to put their game on Steam.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
there's a lot of games out there, bro. That again, I think these games they're not made for the players. These are not games that are made for people that want to play a video game. These are made for people that want to have a propaganda experience. That's really what it is.
In regards to that statement, though, I will say that average is going to be skewed because how many hundreds, if not thousands, of
shovelware,
independent games, that are shovelware that's like $2.99 made by one dude that's never going to get found. Something like this that's actually got what seems like at least semi backing by a major company like Epic or whatnot. It's going to have a bit more reach, so they likely will make I don't know if they'll make money, but they'll definitely make they'll get past that.
They're gonna make a couple of bucks for sure. I mean, I don't even know like what's this game releasing at? What's the price? Let me see.
Probably $20.
Let me see.
If it's $20, it ain't.
It doesn't have a price on it. So
maybe hold on.
Maybe 30.
It's probably going to be 20.
By the way, that Team Kill released Code Violet was a PlayStation exclusive, despite them having no contract whatsoever with Sony. It's because they know that if they release on Steam, not only will they get absolutely felted by a marketplace that is much more used to dealing with how to filter through shovelware to get to the actual gems, but also, obviously, the refund policies are fucking terrible on PlayStation. If you've even downloaded the game, you can't refund it for any reason unless there's a massive problem with it that the devs have acknowledged. But the other thing is SteamDB. You can see how bad it's going for them on Steam, and they want to hide from that as well.
Well, think about this. Cassie, go ahead. I'm just pulling up a chart. Go ahead.
No, just real quick. Calling it a PlayStation exclusive in itself is a means of free advertisement. So that's
disingenuous advertisement. 100%.
Yeah, it implies that Sony paid them for that exclusivity, but they didn't.
Well,
they have the choice to release it on PlayStation or anything else, and they chose only PlayStation.
Yes. I wouldn't say it implies that it is. I wouldn't say there's deception because they're technically not lying. It's not like the game is featured on any other platform.
No, it is. It's.
I'd say it's a lie through omission.
It is a marketing tool, but it's not deceptive. It's honestly people just jumping to conclusions. I had to correct so many people on that.
Right,
like,
Cass,
I know.
If people jump to the hold on, Cass. If people jump to the conclusion based on a lack of information that's intentionally withheld,
no. There's no lack of information.
Right, but
it's based on an assumption. That's your fault.
When you, of course it's their fault, but that doesn't change the fact that using the term, if I say PlayStation exclusive, your brain fills in the blanks to basically say, big deal. Sony cares about this one.
It's a Sony sanctioned product.
That's what you're supposed to infer.
All they're saying is that it's a platform exclusive.
It's like selling a car and saying only one previous owner.
You're both right, by the way.
Yeah,
we are both right. It's just they capitalized on that.
Right. Well, 100%. Like they did everything they did. Their entire marketing was designed around capitalizing on PlayStation either fanboyism or console warring of some kind. Yeah. Because they did the whole like, we're a PlayStation exclusive home. PlayStation's our home. Blah blah whatever. PlayStation's the only place that can handle our game at the level of quality we wanted to be at. All that bullshit. And then also
pretending to be an upstart indie rebel company,
I think
no, it's the pretending to be a fucking spiritual successor to Dino Crisis.
Exactly.
That
like
and obviously Dino Crisis is PlayStation.
That's the deception.
That is the deception, exactly. So it's just it's one of those things, man. Really quick, I wanted to show because we were talking about who would buy this, who wouldn't. I mean, this is Dustborn. Estimated sales 11,000 to 80. So it's probably somewhere in the 20,000-30,000 range that bought Dustborn. Now, how many of those bought it out of trolling? How many of those bought it by gifting and trolling? Probably a lot, right? But at the end of the day, they still made something. And even they got 83 concurrent 17 months ago. So,
wow.
It is what it is.
That game was making a lot of noise.
You asked how much money it costs. Do you mind sharing how much money they will charge for the game?
It's not confirmed. It seems like I was looking into that earlier.
Yeah, so there's basically a Q&A where they said, and this was way back in 2025, where they say we're still figuring it out, but possibly between $15 and $25.
Mm.
I'm gonna say 20. I'm gonna say 20.
Right in the middle between 15 and 25.
$19.99 was my guess.
A lot of people are going to be doing that after Silksong.
Hey, can I introduce this first? So, like I've been saying,
go ahead. What do you got?
There's got to be money involved. There's some kind of money moving here, and the reason that I feel like passionate about that, and we got to find that, is because if this does track back to Microsoft or Epic Games funding this, or maybe even there's tax money going into this, well, then we deserve to know that, because then you're going to have these, again, either mega corporations or tax dollars funding into something that is politically driven and intended to cause friction. It is intended to spark controversy, right? With the intent also of not making a penny back in money. They don't have any expectations of making money back. But at the same time, anybody can make anything they want. Anybody can make any game they want. So if you put your money up to do it, Godspeed, awesome. That's on you. This was sent to me by one of our viewers here, and I've been tracking this down a little bit. If we look on the bottom here, I'm not putting the person's name up because I don't want to start any bullshit, but you guys can find it if you go and look for it. We could see here that this is one of the people, clearly one of the producers working on this game, working on Relooted. And if we look just a couple months back in 2020 to 2024, there was a connection there to Humble Bundle. And when you follow that, it connects to a connection with Humble Bundle, which is then IGN, which means that these are people integrated into the mainstream American gaming industry, which means mainstream American money. And then that traces back to an investment group, or not really an investment group, but an advisory committee. It's an advisory group, and that is the Black Game Developer Fund. And it's this group of people who go and reach out to all these other companies in order to acquire money to fund the production of, I guess,
anti-white
racially motivated games.
Wizard, do you have a schizo wizard board? If not,
my brain, dude, that's in my brain.
You're like Savvy with a beard. Sometimes.
That's sometimes, but Savvy got me last week.
That's all right.
That was a good
let me just catch up really quick. 16-bit dude with a 5 to the creators of Relooted. How is this game not racist as fuck?